What's up, guys? Shane here with Rice Creek Bushcraft. Got a new knife. It's totally awesome. Totally awesome. And what is this dandy little knife? This is LT Wright Next Gen. This is in A2. It's an 1/8 thick. It's got roundabouts a 3-inch blade and roundabouts a 4-inch handle. And let me tell you, it feels to me, medium-sized hands. It feels perfect. It feels absolutely perfect in my hand. I'm going to show you what it looks like next to the Genesis, kind of the big brother. So if you can just imagine, take a Genesis, shrink it down by whatever percentage this would be, then you get this. But it's the exact same blade design and shape and spear point. And this one's in Scandi, obviously. You can find them once in a while in convex and also in flat grind. I have one on the way that'll be here tomorrow in flat grind. So I'm going to try to do a comparo test, use this one today and maybe that one tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. It's starting to rain pretty good, and I may have to cut the video short. But maybe we'll do a part 1. We'll do a part 2. So maybe this will just be initial impression. When I opened the package, I was literally amazed. And one thing that feels really nice about this knife is the weight. With these handle scales being as thick as they are, this is all good stuff I'm talking about. It's got a good amount of heft. It feels really good. It's got good width. You know how I like having width here in a knife. You start Coke bottling it too much and get this area narrow. That's where a lot of the pressure comes from push cuts and notching and making feather sticks. You know, just really bearing down on the knife. I like to have some width here all the way across the back. Now this is a broom handle design, and it's simple, right? You've got, you know, a choil area here, kind of keeps you locked in from going too far forward. But just the round, plain design, it really does work for bushcraft. For most things, honestly, just a simple design works really well. You get all the fancy frills and the stuff and the palm swells. Honestly, they do feel good, you know, when you grab a knife with the palm swell, but over time, I don't think it's any more beneficial for doing bushcraft tasks. Now, maybe having certain things done on the handle for different purposes, fillet knives or maybe a skinny knife, you know, there may be some validity to that. But just for all-around utility bushcraft type knife, this handle design really works. It just really works well. It feels, that's the thing I like about this and the Genesis most, is the handle. And this does have scallops just like the Genesis, so you can use pinch grips like so. You know, you can get up here for skinning and things like that. So anyways, that's a good look at it. This is gray and black G10. The other one I'm getting, there was only one. It was red terracotta with black liners. It looks so sweet. I can't wait to show you guys. Like, it looks amazing. And then they make all, you know, obviously they make all the different materials. You can get regular black micarta. This is more like a kind of a matte finish, but you can get them polished, which personally, this is great right here. You know, this matte. I personally prefer polished. I know people are all slippery, this and that. You know, I want texture. I gotta have sandpaper because I have a girl's grip. I'm kidding, but whatever. Everybody, each to their own. Each to their own. But me personally, I do like a smoother grip. I think for transitions and moving the knife around and just using it. You know, you sit there and use a knife and carve and make spoons. And guys that have done this will probably tell you that I'm right. Having a knife with real grippy texture, I don't know, it doesn't feel as good as having this smooth texture. I think this feels better to me. And this is, you know, pretty smooth. I think they consider this a matte, but it really feels smooth to the touch. It's not like some of the rougher micarta that you can get. So they do make a snake skin. I'm pretty sure there's a few of them left, and they have the these are stainless Corby bolts. What is that micarta, or that snakeskin has mosaic pins. It looks looks sweet. It has no liners, but it just looks really sweet with those mosaic pins. So anyways, I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna use this a little bit, see if it doesn't rain too bad. Basically all I plan on doing is I've got my BioLite stove right here. If you guys don't know what these are, I'm not gonna do a review of it, but you guys should honestly check them out. They're awesome. Basically how they work is your fuel, there's some type of thermocoupler, fancy smart guy stuff in here. And when you get a fire going, it creates heat, and the heat runs through the thermocoupler and creates electricity. So you can flip this down, you can charge your phone, which guys, honestly, it's kind of a joke. This model, this is an older, one of the first gens, I guess, doesn't really put out I mean, it does, but it's so slow that it's almost pointless. If I can get this thing back in there. Well, anyways, I'll fix it in a minute. But you just push the button, listen. It starts the fan. It's on low. It will automatically kick on high if it starts getting too hot. So it's blowing air into this little firebox. And it just comes on this tripod stand. If you want to shut it off, you hold the power button. But I'm telling you, I went camping with a buddy that had, you know, the regular, well, whatever you call them, the camping stoves that take the fuel. And this does take a little bit longer to prepare because you've got to get your wood prepared. So I start with smaller stuff like this, and then you can actually add pretty large pieces to it. And it boils water fast. So I'm gonna make just some ramen noodles, and I got some leftover chicken. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some feather sticks with this, show you guys how it works. Just play around a little bit, check this knife out. All right, give me a second. Alright, let's see how this thing cuts. Let's split this in half and see. This isn't the best piece to feather stick. This stuff's really dry maple. Usually when you get wood like this, it just kind of, feathers don't want to stay on. And this is a pretty small piece, but it'll give us an idea how the edge feels. And this has got a polished edge on it. So I think what LT does, he grinds them, or whatever grit they use, and then they take them to a buffing wheel with some compound, 2 different types of compound. So it's kind of got this nice polished edge. And I've feather sticked this same wood here many times, and I know it's tough to feather stick. So what this is doing right now, trust me, it's working really well. This stuff's hard to work. If you can even keep them attached, you're doing pretty good. Yeah, it does a real good job there. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I think I'm going to have to cut my little expedition here a little short. I'll do a part 2 where we do some more in use. It's starting to rain pretty good. I don't want to get my camera completely soaked and all my stuff. I should have brought a tarp, but I thought I had enough time before it started raining. So, just from what I've done with it, on and off camera, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's, you know, got the same feel as its big brother. You know, you've got a lot of heft in your hand, the weight of the material they use. This one has fisheye bolts, and this one has Corby bolts, but they both do the same thing. It's mechanical to hold it together, plus epoxy. But yeah, and one thing I really like is the handle size. I think it's absolutely perfect, because if you had large hands, you'd still be fine. Now extra large hands you might hang over quite a bit, but just a guy with large hands, mine are medium, maybe on the larger side of medium, but I've got plenty of room still. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this knife is it's a small compact knife that you can have with you all the time. You know, you could put this in your pocket. I'm going to get a special sheath made with a pocket clip, and I'm going to carry this like EDC it. I'm going to also have probably have my wife make me a sheath so I can carry it neck knife style. I thought upside down with a retention strap. That would be cool. It's just that perfect size to have with you all the time. And honestly, guys, this thing is going to do, you know, the purpose, I think, of a knife like this. It's going to do just about everything you need around camp as far as getting, you know, great fire prep knife. Obviously, it's got an LT Wright spine, so, I mean, I haven't struck I have one in my pocket. I haven't struck a ferro rod with it. Proof, it's brand new. It's literally brand new. Let's just check it out. And I got a brand new ferro rod, so we'll see. Got to get some of that stuff off. Oh, yeah. Easy, easy, easy. I'm not even pushing hard. So, it's got a 90-degree spine, but that's kind of, like I said, a given. Getting off track here. But you can, you know, great fire prep knife to have with you. Have it on your neck, like I said, or if, you know, carry it in the sheath it came with, which it's the standard JRE sheath. Doesn't have a dangler, but it's just their standard sheath. I'm going to wet form this one. If I stay out here long enough, I can wet form it today. So if it's in there, it's not going to fall out. I just like to wet form them because they do stretch over time, but it's really tight as it is right now. But you got some retention holes here, one up here. You know, typical JRE sheath that is supplied with LT Wright knives. So your fire prep, your food prep, I think it'd be great for that. 1/8 inch stock. They also make this in 332nd in AEBL steel, which I would have bought that, but they didn't have any. They were all out. But I would have bought that. I love that steel. But A2 is a good solid steel. It's been around a long time. A lot of people are using it for good reason. It's tough. It holds a good edge. Pretty stain resistant. Like, I'm not too worried about this rain on it. It'll get some patina over time, but I like that. Yeah, your food prep. Just having it with you. Carving. This thing's going to be amazing at carving, making notches, batoning small wood down, feather sticking machine right here. And with the handle the way it is, the way it's designed, and the size of it, it's going to be perfect for that. You don't need a big honking knife for feather sticking or getting a fire going, making bow drills, any of that stuff. This is going to be perfect. So, alright guys, I'm going to sign off for now. I'll do another video where we really get to dive into this in some more use. I'm sorry I couldn't do it today, but that's just Mother Nature. Alright guys, hope you have a great week. Be safe out there. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't give me a thumbs up. See ya.